Hello children, welcome back to Max Made Easy. Let's continue with exponents, exercise 5b, part 2b. Here is our third section, seventh question. 5a square b, 2ab square, a cube b. Here, all the three terms are covered with a braces. That means all three should be multiplied. That means you have to assume a multiplication sign over here, and even here it is a multiplication sign. Right, now you have to check in which formula you can present this. For that, first of all, you need to separate all the numerics at one place, and a terms at one place and b terms at one place. I have just separated it with a multiplication sign. Is it clear, children? Now if you just have a look over here, this is in a form of a to the power of m into a to the power of n into a to the power of p. Even here it is in the form of a to the power of n into a to the power of m into a to the power of p. Right? So we all know that it is in the form of a to the power of m into a to the power of n into a to the power of p. What is a over here? A is nothing but a, m is 2, n is 1 and p is 3. Similarly, if you consider this term, even here a is equal to b, that is, I'm just comparing this formula, children, comparing this with this two I'm comparing. See, the bases are equal, that is b. So a is b and m is 1, n is 2 and p is 1. Now we all know this formula. You have to remember this formula, children. A to the power of m into a to the power of n into a to the power of p is equal to a to the power of m plus n plus p. Now, as it is, this both are in the form of this. Just substitute the values over here. Then 5 2s is 10. So I am writing down 10 into, in this, a to the power of m plus n plus p. Here 2 plus 1 plus 3. This is what I am writing over here. Similarly, even here you can write b and add all the power, that is 1 plus 2 plus 1. So it becomes 10 into a to the power of 6, b to the power of 4 is the answer. I hope it's clear. Let's move on to the next question. Here is our eighth question. If you just have a look, it is directly in a formula, a to the power of m into a to the power of n, where a is equal to x and m is equal to 2a plus 7 and n is equal to 2a minus 3. Now we all know this formula, right? It is a to the power of m plus n. Now just substitute the values over here. What is a? A is x and m is 2a plus 7 plus 2a minus 8. Here you can just add the a terms, that is 2a plus 2a will be 4a. And similarly, here one is having positive, that is plus 7 minus 8. When one is positive, other is minus, just put the bigger number sign, that is minus, and subtract it, it will become 1. So 4a minus 1. I hope it's clear. So our answer is x to the power of 4a minus 1. Let's move on to the ninth question. 3 to the power of y into 3 to the power of 2 into 3 to the power of minus 4. Even here, it is in the form of a to the power of m into a to the power of n into a to the power of p. Children, just remember that when you apply this formula, make sure that the base is equal. That is, see here, the bases are equal, 3. All the 3 are same. So you can apply this formula. If bases are different, you cannot apply the formula, where a is equal to 3, m is equal to y, n is equal to 2 and p is equal to minus 4. We all know this formula, a to the power of m plus n plus p. Now just add y plus 2 minus 4. Here one is having positive sign, other is having negative sign. So just put the bigger number sign. 4 is the bigger number and its sign is minus. So put minus sign and subtract it. 4 minus 2 will be 2. So 3 to the power of y minus 2 is the answer. Here is our 10th question. If you look at the question carefully, it is in the form of a to the power of m into a to the power of n into a to the power of n. You can apply this formula only when the bases are equal, right? So where a is equal to 2, m is equal to 4a, n is equal to 3a and p is equal to minus a. Now just substitute these values in the formula a to the power of m plus n plus p. So you will get 2 to the power of 4a plus 3a minus a. Here all the three terms are plus, plus a. All the three terms are a. So first calculate this two terms, that is 4a plus 3a will be 7a minus a. Now one is plus 7a, another is minus a. Just put the bigger number sign and subtract it. So it becomes 6a. So 2 to the power of 6a is the answer. Here is the 11th question. If you look at this question carefully, there is a division between them. So division means how you can write it. You can write it like this. When you write it like this, now you can find a formula over here. See, if you consider only x term, a to the power of m by a to the power of n. Even here, a to the power of m by a to the power of n. Right? So now you are going to consider the two formulas over here, a to the power of m by a to the power of n, but you are having two conditions for this formula, right? See here children, if you compare this two, I'm comparing with x as well as with y. Firstly, I'm comparing with x. See, a to the power of m, a to the power of n. So what is a over here? X. So a is x and m is 2 on the top and n is 3. So n is equal to 3. If you compare this m and n, which value is greater? Here n is greater than 1, right? So you have to write the formula of, sorry children, it's not 1, it's m. M is greater than n because n is 3 and m is 2. So we all know that 3 is greater. So n is greater. So n is greater than m formula. You have to use this formula. Similarly for y, a is equal to y, m is equal to 2 and n is equal to 3. Even here n is greater. N is 3 and m is 2. Which one is greater, m or n? M is greater, right? So n is greater than m. So for both of them we have to use the same formula. That is, when n is greater than m, then a to the power of m by a to the power of n is equal to 1 by a to the power of n minus 1. N minus m. So this is the formula which you have to remember. I have even taught you the simplest way to remember this formula. I will tell you once again. See children, m and n. Which one is greater? N is greater. So you have to give respect to the elder one, bigger one, right? So this m should come to the denominator. So in this way you can remember it. If m is greater, then n should go to the numerator because you should go to the elders, right? You cannot sit at one place and call the elders, right? So in that way you can remember this formula, children. Now just substitute the values over here. 4 by 9, you can write it down as it is. And what is this formula? A to the power of m, x, I am substituting x. What is n? 3 minus 2. Similarly for this y value, I am going to substitute this values again. So y n minus m is 2. I hope it's clear. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the comment section, or if you are unable to solve any problems from your academic syllabus, you can post your question in a comment section. I will surely make a video on it and upload it as soon as possible. Here children, 4 by 9, x to the power of 3 minus 2 is 1. 3 minus 2 is again 1, y to the power of 1. So it becomes 4 by 9xy. Here is our 12th question. 10 to the power of 2 whole to the power of 3, x to the power of 8 whole to the power of 12. That means if you have a look carefully, can you find any formula over here? Yes, a to the power of m into n, right? Whole to the power of n. A to the power of m whole to the power of n. You should say it as x to the power of m whole to the power of n. where x is equal to 10, m is equal to 2, and n is equal to 3. So what is the formula? Even here I am considering the same for this. X is equal to x, m is equal to 8, and n is equal to 12. So formula for this is m to the power x to the power of m whole to the power of n is equal to x to the power of mn. So mn should be multiplied. So what is x? 10. 2 into 3 is 2 into 3. X 8 into 12. So when you multiply the powers, what you get is 10 to the power of 6 into x to the power of 96. I hope you understood this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and hit the bell button. Check the description box for more problems on exponents. Thank you.